All right, so new year. Hope everyone is out there kicking some booty. Can't even focus on myself. There we go. Bing bong bing. Bam. Get some light on there. It's freaking 2026 already. So I hope everybody is doing their thing, keeping notes, keeping track, checking twice, all that fun stuff. I like to journal, write those affirmations and all that fun stuff. But I thought I'd come and take a second while I'm doing my morning stuff to talk about routines and just kind of how important that is to get locked into stuff. Maybe this year we won't say locked in as much, but just kind of doing that whole dealio. Get that back a little bit, and talk a little bit more about just getting situated in the new year, doing stuff. That looks a little crooked, doesn't it? There she is. Bam. Hello. The little thing gets a little sticky on that. That's going to be too high, isn't it? It's all right. There it is. Close enough. But as we're, kicking off this new year, hope everybody is, doing their thing to get locked in on new routines, kind of making them stick. I have been fortunate enough to kind of keep going on the same one. I have been making modifications, trying to be a little less rigid, I think is something that I'm bringing into this next year. Obviously I got addicted to, if it works, don't change it kind of thing. So that's something that I'm working on. Not being quite so militant on everything all the dang time. And I think it's going to serve me pretty well. I need to be a little more loose these coming days. Weigh-in obviously went great this morning. No biggie there. Actually down, another pound from last week. So we need to add in a little bit more carbs here and there. I've been trying to build a little more size. So my workouts have been a little more intense. Doing a little less of the hybrid stuff and a little more of just the, no, I don't want to say bro lifts and stuff, but kind of focusing more on volume and, hypertrophy centered stuff. Put on a little bit more size in the right places, like shoulders, all that fun stuff. And just kind of wanted to keep working on that. It's raining still, so I'm not going to probably go out too much today. This is one that I took from the massage therapy days. Make a nice little design on the bed so that way no matter what else happens throughout the day, you'll have someplace nice to come and lay back down at later. And I think that's, something that we can all take into is, if you build a foundation that you really like and that suits you, well, the rest of the day can be as bumpy and as ugly as all get out, and you'll have something nice to come back to at least. And it's probably my last 3 weeks here. Today would kick that off as last 3 weeks. So, we're going to enjoy the heck out of it. And we're going to try and make as much progress as we can. I'm pretty excited to be going back to Pinehurst area. Gonna go play some golf and do some fun stuff up there, and just have a little bit of fun. And it's obviously going to be cold, but that's the trade-off for things. Sometimes if it's a little bit less favorable, sometimes it's a little bit more affordable. And until I got one of those sweet 8-figure bank accounts, I'm all about the affordable stuff. Look at that, nice and pretty. Yeah, I got my little name on it, and that's okay. And you got to do little stuff for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only one that's going to be hanging out with you. Let's see if we can get this back for a second while we're still yamming. Yeah, that'll work. But moral of the story is, get on your routines. Weigh-in went well this morning. Let's go ahead and see if we can pull that up right quick. Body fat's been up and down and everything all around, while the weight's been kind of the same, so that's been fun. Yeah, this morning, 146.6 rather. You see, down since March last year, down 60. I didn't track it as much between like September of 23 to that March, so that first like 6 or 7 months. I didn't track it, but I was up to almost 230. So I was a big boy back then. But that's because I was riding off the rails, and you know, maybe I'll show a little picture of that and see what I looked like in actually when I was here forever ago. And I was big, but I was, you know, drinking and eating pizza and all that fun stuff all the time, and just living a little too unfiltered. But moral of the story is, nothing's really going to change this year unless you change. So be the change you want to see, all that cliche stuff, and don't be afraid to show up for yourself, because that's the most important part. Show up for yourself, have fun. I think as long as you get your lifts in, have fun, do your cardio. I've been enjoying a little, you know, after each meal, kind of do a little bit of walking, you know, either around here, go swing the kettlebell, go walk around. I very much dislike this neighborhood. It's a lot of older folks over here in the Braden Pines. And, you know, when you're somebody in your late 30s, they kind of look down on you like, what are you doing here? And blah, blah, blah. But can't let anybody, you know, get you down like that, because if they're going to judge you like that anyway, they're not the right kind of people to be hanging with. And you don't really need their approval anyway. They're not walking in your shoes. So do what makes you happy this year. And even if it's just one thing, write it down and make a plan. Make a plan to reach your goals and stomp them. Stomp those damn goals. Let's do this. 2026 is your year. Let's go. Another little part of the routine. Let's see if we can get her going. Nothing too crazy. I ran out of some steak when I was doing that portion, so I had to add in some 93.7. Good to go. Them steel cut oats like always, and some num num broccoli. I finished those in the pan like that. Whenever that gets a little closer. You know, nothing crazy. That's a lefty, all right. Nice and fun. When it gets a little bit closer, then I throw the broccoli in to kind of finish everything, but routines. Just keep it going. All right, another little simple thing that I do is I cook about 3/4 of a pound of ground beef and 3 servings of rice and 6 servings of veggies. I like to mix up broccoli and green beans. And yeah, so first I cook off the ground beef, strain that of course, and then I'll add in the rest of it and just kind of let it boil down and make it easy peasy. But you know, I measure out the 3 servings of the rice, measure out the 12 ounces of ground beef whenever I'm portioning everything up. Show you what that looks like real quick. Just portion it out, easy peasy. I like these bags from the Aldi. You know, everything's 4 servings in the bag, bing bang boop. So get one of those, then half a bag of the broccoli, good to go. I like to freeze my aminos because it makes it num nums. And then, yeah, I'll do the same thing later with the chicken breast. I just do like 3, like 2.5 breasts depending on their size, but you know, 3 servings and then 3 of the rice and 6 veggie. Make a bunch of square meals and make them delicious. I like to use these salt-free spices because why not? Gotta have the Lula. And then I use the, so I actually use a Celtic unrefined, so I'll just show you the damn bag. Can't speak about it. Oh yeah, 175 years of that Folgers, baby. Let's go. That's the salt, Celtic sea salt, unrefined. I get my iodine from a vitamin instead. pepper. And then I use this pepper blend, traditional Turkish, but it's got green ones, black ones, and white ones. I think that's all that's in there. Yeah, white, oh, and pink pepper as well. Didn't know that was a thing until I found this on the old Amazon. But how you like that? Packaged in Turkey. Turkish pepper. Num-nums. But I really like that on the steaks. And of course it's good on everything. But I cook everything with the salt-free stuff first. And then I'll salt and pepper on the portions. So I'll show you that after. Keep it simple. Routines. Make everything nice and easy. Listening to the Bardwell freaking rip some people a new butt about not joining the pay for Discord, and I mean he's definitely right. Yeah, there's all kinds of craziness out there, but this kind of craziness is where it's at. So I just kind of make the chicken about 16 ounces, or sorry, 12 ounces all day. And then I'll shred that after it's done. Then add the 3 servings of rice, 6 servings of the veggies. Bing, bang, boop, Bob's your uncle. And that's how we do them. I'm gonna go ahead and put up the caloric audit and all that fun stuff. And you guys can see that. I'll show one of my older pictures. And yeah, just gonna keep working out, doing the thing, listening to JB tear him up. And that's that. Freaking, excited for this year. Hope everybody's ready to kick some ass, because we're doing the dang thing. Oh, did he end it? Uh-oh.